Although not a central character in the Mahabharata, the story of Ashwatthama, Drona's son, is an incredibly compelling one. He was a warrior of great power and potential, but his lack of maturity, foresight, and wisdom ultimately led to his downfall. With access to some of the most potent divine weapons, he came dangerously close to causing unparalleled destruction, nearly wiping out countless lives. His short temper and inflated ego made him a dangerous figure, one who could not be easily controlled. Ashwatthama is revered as one of the 8 Chiranjeevi, the immortals who are destined to live until the end of time. Alongside him in this legendary group are great beings such as Vedavyasa, Hanuman, Parashurama, Vibhishana, King Mahabali, Kripacharya, and Markandeya. His birth itself was nothing short of extraordinary. His father, Dronakarya, and his mother, Kripi, had prayed for many years to be blessed with a child. Finally, their prayers were answered, and Ashwatthama was born. However, unlike other newborns, he did not cry at birth. Instead, he neighed like a horse. The resounding, ear-piercing sound of his birth was heard throughout the world, and it was due to this phenomenon that he was named Ashwatthama, meaning the sacred voice resembling that of a horse. A celestial voice accompanied his birth, proclaiming that Ashwatthama was blessed by Lord Shiva himself. Many believe that he was an avatar of Kali, doom, Krodha, anger, Yama, death, and Shiva's own energy. His divine blessing was evident in the unique jewel, the mani, embedded in his forehead. This gem was a source of immense power. It granted him immunity from exhaustion and protected him from all forms of disease, evil spirits, and weapons. With such divine gifts, he was destined to be a mighty warrior. However, his early years were filled with struggle. Unlike the royal princes he would later train with, Ashwatthama lacked access to even the most basic necessities, including food and milk. His life took a turn when his father, Dronakarya, was appointed as the teacher of the Kuru princes, both the Pandavas and the Kauravas. With this position, financial stability finally entered their household, and Ashwatthama too trained alongside the princes. Though talented in warfare, he was overshadowed by Arjuna, who was Dronakarya's favorite disciple. Determined to make Arjuna the greatest archer in history, Drona imparted to him the knowledge of Brahmastra, the deadliest weapon in existence, capable of annihilating the entire world. But blinded by his affection for his son, Drona secretly taught Ashwatthama the knowledge of invoking the Brahmastra as well, despite knowing his son's emotional instability. However, unlike Arjuna, Ashwatthama did not learn how to retract it, making him a potential harbinger of mass destruction. During the Kurukshetra war, Ashwatthama aligned himself with the Kauravas, not because of personal allegiance to Duryodhana, but out of duty to his father, who served the Kuru kingdom. After Bhishma's fall, Dronakarya was appointed the supreme commander of the Kaurava forces. He vowed to capture Yudhishthira alive, but despite his immense skill, he failed to do so. Krishna, aware that Dronakarya was invincible while armed, devised a strategy to trick him into surrender. Bhima was instructed to kill an elephant named Ashwatthama. When Drona inquired whether his son was dead, Yudhishthira, known for his honesty, reluctantly affirmed, saying, "Ashwatthama is dead, but an elephant." The noise of the battlefield drowned out the latter part of the sentence, and the grief-stricken Drona abandoned his weapons. Seizing the opportunity, Drishtadyumna, the son of Drupada, beheaded him. Devastated upon hearing of his father's demise, Ashwatthama, in a fit of uncontrolled rage, unleashed the Narayanastra, a divine weapon that could annihilate entire armies. However, Krishna, knowing that the weapon would only attack those who were armed, ordered his warriors to drop their weapons and bow in submission. The Narayanastra harmlessly passed over them, and Ashwatthama lost his greatest advantage. After the war, with only Ashwatthama, Kripacharya, and Kritavarma surviving on the Kaurava side, the mortally wounded Duryodhana ordered Ashwatthama to avenge his death. Enraged, Ashwatthama stormed the Pandava camp at night, defying the code of war. He mercilessly killed Drishtadyumna while he slept and slaughtered the Upa-Pandavas, mistaking them for the Pandavas. The next morning, the Pandavas were devastated to discover the massacre. Bhima vowed vengeance, and they confronted Ashwatthama at sage Vyasa's ashram. Desperate to defend himself, Ashwatthama invoked the Brahmastra against the Pandavas. In retaliation, Arjuna too invoked his Brahmastra. The catastrophic impact of both weapons would have annihilated the entire world, but sage Vyasa intervened and commanded them to withdraw their weapons. Arjuna, well trained, successfully retracted his, but Ashwatthama, unable to do so, instead directed his weapon towards Uttara's wound, aiming to destroy the last surviving heir of the Pandavas. The unborn child, Parikshit, was killed in the attack, but Krishna miraculously revived him and declared that he would rule the Kuru kingdom. As punishment, Krishna cursed Ashwatthama with the worst fate imaginable, stripping him of his divine gem. Krishna decreed that Ashwatthama would roam the earth for 3,000 years, alone and abandoned, suffering from unhealable wounds, disease, and rejection. He would never find peace, nor the release of death. Legends say that after centuries of wandering, he sought redemption through Parashurama and sage Durvasa, who introduced him to Shakti Sadhana. Through the worship of Adi Parashakti, Ashwatthama was eventually freed of his sins after thousands of years. To this day, there are claims that Ashwatthama is still alive, wandering the forests and temples of India. Some believe he resides near the Himalayas, visiting temples in secrecy. There are stories of an extremely tall man with a forehead wound that never heals, appearing at sacred sites before mysteriously vanishing. It is said that he will meet Kalki, the 10th avatar of Vishnu, and will eventually become one of the 7 great sages, the Saptarishis, in the next Yuga. Ashwatthama's fate remains one of the most tragic and mysterious tales in the Mahabharata, a testament to the consequences of unchecked rage and divine wrath. If you like this video, leave a like and subscribe.